From the beginning of time, man has felt the need to explain the mystery of life and death. Many civilizations, even from ancient times, have created rituals to try and give meaning to human existence. For example, in many cultures, death was considered like a road to life, or at least a new one. Therefore, people were buried with important personal objects that may be needed in their new life. Even pets had to be sacrificed so they will be a support on the journey. These beliefs have gone from generation to generation, and it is reflected through such festive and colorful celebrations all over the world. Specifically in Spain, although it is a little restrained in comparison to other countries, it still holds a rich tradition.
Spain, they celebrate two particular days, the 1st and the 2nd of November. In the first day, people celebrate the known and unknown saints. The first thing the family does early in the morning is to clean their relatives' graves in order to be prepared for receiving spirits later that night. Later, a mass is held as a tribute for their saints, in which they pray for the known and unknown saints, and also to their loved ones. They gather together in a house for having meal with the traditional pastries and sweets, as the roasted chestnuts, also known in Spain as castañas. The huesos de santo, which is marzipan dough rolled and then baked and covered with syrup. Then they are filled with a sweet mixture of elk yolks, chocolate or coconut shavings. The panelets made from almond sweets, potatoes or potato sugar, and pine nuts. The relatives exchange flowers to represent the joy of being alive. In the nightfall, the procession starts, and the people carry candles and flowers on their way to the graveyard. When they arrive to the graveyard, they decorate the grave and eat the traditional pastries, like the huesos de muerto and the delicious panelets.
The people that have relatives that might have been not good at life only celebrate this day. At midday, a mass is offered for those who haven't reached yet the heaven and still are in the purgatory. At night, the relatives go to the graveyard and eat the buñuelo de viento, which are made of sweet dough fritters filled with cream or pudding. According to the tradition, every time you eat a buñuelo de viento, a soul is released from the purgatory. In some places, the play Don Juan Tenorio is presented because it's related to the dead. In the play, Don Juan Tenorio falls in love with several women, but Doña Inés dies of sorrow. Years later, before Don Juan goes to hell, Doña Inés' spirit interferes and both go to heaven.
Despite the feeling of sadness one would think should pertain to this celebration, this day is not just about mourning the loss of loved ones. It is also a day to celebrate through popular activities like the ones we have shown before.